just filming an intro and it wasn't even recording. I was like a good 2 minutes into it too. Okay, well, here we go again. Welcome to David's Closet. On this channel, we talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, all from the male point of view and within budget. So if that's something that you're interested in, please subscribe to my channel. And if you already are subscribed, thank you so much for returning. I'm glad to see you. Housekeeping, I'm a mess. I'm getting ready to leave for Maine tomorrow for our friend's wedding. I'm trying to get a couple of videos filmed, edited, and scheduled because when I get back, I have to do the collaboration for the thrifted bag challenge that we're doing with Beckman, Winnie BLV, and Ed Braun. I have to get that filmed and I wasn't able to find one, so I had to order one and it'll arrive probably about the day I get back. So trying to get some of these other videos prepped and ready to go so I'm not scrambling when I return from vacation. Today's video is very, very, very exciting to me. It is a collaboration with none other than Beckman. I've talked about her before. She was kind of my inspiration and one of the first YouTubers that I really got into watching when I started watching luxury handbag, YouTube. So I'm really excited to get to do this with her. I'm super excited to be connected with her. All of these people that are in this space, I hope someday we can all get to a place where we're doing these collaborations because I think as a viewer, it's more interesting. And obviously for me, it's great content ideas because sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas. And it's also a way to interact with other people and just grow yourself, not just your channel, but yourself. So Beckman, if you haven't watched her, which I'm gonna guess you have, but if you've never heard of her before, you need to click below, go to her channel, and first off, watch this video and see her thoughts on this topic, and subscribe to her because she's great. When I got out of college, I got my first big boy job. I needed something to, fill the space in my head while I worked. I got tired of listening to the same music over and over again, so I stumbled on YouTube and I just started clicking around on a few things, and eventually YouTube will kind of tailor your page based off of what you interact with, and it kept bringing me Autumn. Every other video was Autumn, and a handbag review, a vlog, something fun. And I think this is probably around the time she started her channel, because it probably was about 5 or 6 years ago. My concept of time is horrible, so it could have been yesterday. I'm just kidding. But anyway, she's amazing. I like her channel. She's real. She's, not one of these YouTubers that goes out and spends $50,000 at Chanel every other week and posts videos of all these massive unboxings. But also, she was just real. She's someone that I could relate to because like her, I can wiggle my life and, do some creative budgeting and, afford these things. But I can't just go into Chanel every day and say, oh, I want this bag. Or if Louis Vuitton drops a new collection, I can't just go into Louis Vuitton and just buy what I want every single time. Now, those YouTubers are also fun to watch, but I like the more realistic ones that I can relate to. So, today's topic is in relation to something that was actually mentioned in my last video, which was my collaboration with Ed. For the Coach, I did a clearance haul slash one of the Tide and Surf. Well, I can never remember this collection. I'll put the name down here. Collection unboxing. And I talked about the topic of girl math. And let me preface this with saying, if you watch my video, I explained that I don't like the term girl math. I think it's very derogatory and I think it's very sexist and it's gross. So I'm not a fan. So I even mentioned I'm trying to think of a new term to use. And I think creative budgeting or Lux Math is kind of what I'm going to start going with. But Autumn and I were texting and we kind of got back and forth on, the take on this whole girl math idea. She had mentioned that while scrolling, she would see videos or things that were titled girl math and she would just skip past it. And I don't blame her, I would too. The only reason I heard of it is because of TikTok, and those videos are shorter and you don't always get to see the topic of the video until you're about halfway through it, and at that point you have 10 seconds left, just finish it, right? Then she asked me a question that I thought was very interesting, and she said, the videos that you see, do you find it more making fun of the idea of girl math or more serious, like using these silly things to justify purchases? And I said, I think ideally they're more for comedy and they're more just like, making fun of this idea that you can justify anything. And that's how I take it. I take it as a joke. However, that doesn't make the term right. So we are recoining it. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to probably use the term girl math because that's what all of these videos and all this information is calling it. But after this video, it is Lux Math or creative budgeting. So I consider myself an expert at creative budgeting in my life. And most of the time it's as a joke. It's not serious at all. For example, a handbag, if I don't have the money to pay off the credit card bill by the end of the month or when it's due, and I'm putting a handbag on there, because let's face it, we buy these online, so I'm going to put it on a credit card, get my credit card points, but I pay my credit card in full every month. I don't buy it. It's simple as that. So when I say like, oh, well, I justified it because, it was 50% off, I had to. No, that's just me being silly. That's just me saying, oh my gosh, this is a great thing. No, it's not. I budgeted for that. That's just me making light of something that's a little scary. Sometimes spending this much money on bags is scary, and this could go for anything. I've also purchased a car, and I come up with silly excuses and mathematical formulas to make a new car beneficial, when in reality, a new car is not beneficial to me. My old car was just fine. So for me, that's kind of my spin. I also do this just in daily life. At every job I've had, if anyone wants to eat something junky, for example, like a box of donuts shows up in the break room, they come to me and they say, David, how can you make this good? I can make anything a salad, guys. This is called David's dieting. That's what I've always called it. It's a salad. Salads have croutons on them. A donut is bread. Breads are croutons. Some dressings are more sweet, like a vinaigrette, like a raspberry vinaigrette. Okay, well, glaze. That's a sweet sauce poured over the salad. That is a salad. Now, in reality, am I truly convincing myself that I'm eating a salad or trying to convince others? Absolutely not. But it makes people feel a little bit better about something that they're doing. Eating a donut when they know they probably should instead eat a couple of carrot sticks, let's just say. The same can go for buying these bags. That pillow tabby, I justified it because I didn't at the time have I'm gonna cover this up. I didn't have a shoulder bag that was small for date nights, or if I'm going somewhere a little bit nicer and I don't want to lug around one of my other bags, because most of my bags are a little bit larger. I justified it by, it's not a Louis Vuitton, it's not Prada, the same excuse I used for this Coach outlet bag. These things I don't need, but in my mind I have to think, okay, well, what's a reason, silly or not, what's a reason that I can tell myself that it's okay to buy these? So in this case, it's because I didn't have a small black leather bag. I didn't have a novelty style bag. So this fit the bill. And the price point was a little bit higher than I wanted to spend, but I couldn't find any pre-loved for honestly less than $100 less than that was new. So that's how I justified it. Now, do I consider that girl math? No. I consider that creative budgeting or Lux Math. This one right here, the Coach Ellis, from the outlet. Again, I've been eyeballing the Prada re-edition. The Prada re-edition is thousands of dollars. Honestly, even pre-loved now, thousands of dollars. I don't want to spend that on a bag that I know I won't carry very often. Number one. Number two, I wanted a smaller shoulder nylon bag for vacations, because though this bag is pretty, this bag is not great for vacations because it doesn't pack easy, it doesn't compact itself, and it's a much more delicate material. That's how I justified this bag. Now my Chanel's, my two Chanel Grand Shopping Totes. I have the black and silver and then the blue and silver. I justified this in many ways. The black and silver was obviously my dream bag, my number one dream bag. I really didn't have to justify that at all, but I did. And at that point I had just received a job offer and I was going to start working again. If you guys recall, I took a little bit of time off and I focused on real estate, and the market is very tough. So it wasn't working for me in the way that I want it to work if I'm going to do that full time. So I stepped down on that, doing that part time, and went back to a full-time job. So I justified purchasing that bag as a treat to myself for landing this job. The blue one, however, I struggled to justify that. And ultimately I said, you know what? My black Chanel needs a friend. Blue Chanel, it needs adopted. There you go. Honestly, I just thought of something else. You can think of this with pets. Miss Diva, my cat Diva. I love her more than anything in the world. I'm so glad we got her. But that was a very hard decision to make because a cat is a lot of responsibility. My house is not necessarily pet or child friendly. I have a lot of things that she can get in trouble with. But I needed her to have a home. I told you guys the story briefly. I knew the woman who had rescued and was fostering the 3 kittens. The other 2 got adopted together, and this little girl was alone. And while she was in foster with my friend, she was happy. She loved my friend. They spent every day together. But my friend had to eventually take her to one of the local pet shelters to be put in one of the pet stores for the adoptions. So people can hopefully get more foot traffic and see her. And she showed me a video of her when she left, and that cat's heart was broken. So I justified everything. All of the red flags of getting an animal, that cat needed love. So to me, that's Lux Math in another realm. You know what I mean? So I really hope that the origin of this girl math craze on TikTok is not necessarily meant to be offensive to women, because that's not cool, obviously, right? I'm really hoping that it's something that's more comical, and I hope the people that are creating the content are intending it to be more comical and less offensive, because that's how I take it. With a grain of salt, however, like I said, I don't like the idea of using the word girl math. Just like if it was called dude math, I wouldn't like that. Another TikTok craze is girl dinner. Like, girls eat and guys eat, so that's the difference, right? So, not a fan of the name, but I think the idea is hilarious. I think it's fun. I think it's necessary. I think we've all been guilty of rationalizing and justifying some sort of ridiculous purchase in order to make ourselves feel better. Even if it's a funny reason, even if it's a real reason. You know, someone buys a new car because they have a new child and now they need a larger car. Let's say you have a little 2-door car. It's hard enough to get 1 car seat in there. Now you have a second child. You need a larger car. That's not funny, but that's still a reason, that's still justification. But sometimes people who buy things that don't have a real life serious justification need something a little funny to make the sting of the purchase a little easier. So, from now on, this is called Lux Math or creative budgeting. I am the king of it, I think, because I do it all the time. Every day of my life, I creative budget. So if you ever need to rationalize anything, I'm here. Put it down below. Tell me what you want. I'll make it a salad. I can do it, guys. So I hope you guys found this interesting. I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts below on Lux Math and creative budgeting. And I'm really, really excited also to see Autumn's video. So make sure you click below and watch hers. I can't wait to watch hers. We're going to do another collaboration on the 28th. It's our thrift find, so keep your eyes out for that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you already aren't, and I will see you on the next video. Oh, also, I'm over 400 subscribers, so I'm going to do a giveaway at 500. I have a few ideas of what I would give away, and Autumn was so gracious to tell me how to do a giveaway, because in my last video I was like, I don't know how to do it. So I now have an understanding on how that works and how to coordinate that. So I'm really excited to do that. So subscribe away, share with your friends, have your friends come subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.